What's up, everyone? I'm your host, and me and Justin are your hosts for today. For welcome to the Santos Show. Can't wait to go over this week's week 10. This is going to be awesome. This is, there's a good amount of games that honestly I can't wait to talk about. I'm sure Justin is just as excited as I am. But we are definitely going to be going over 5 games, Justin, I believe. So, and then we'll be hitting that rapid fire at the end. But I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys, if you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Make sure you guys like our YouTube page. We very much would appreciate it. But honestly, that's all I have. And then let's get straight into it, guys. And we'll start out, Justin, with the Buccaneers. Tennessee Titans at the Buccaneers, with the Tennessee Titans falling short 6-20. How do you think the Buccaneers ended up playing, Justin? Honestly, I think that they ended up getting the job done. I would like to see Chris Godwin and Mike Evans getting a little bit more receptions than what they are right now. But honestly, after that, and our rushing, that's the only two things that I would want to change out of that game.
Yeah, I like the use of K-Dot in here, to be honest, Sammy. I really like how he played. He played really out of his mind. He was constantly open, beating his matchups, and it looked great. I was very happy that Baker was using anybody else besides his top two players.
Right.
So, and then the screen pass over to Rachaad White, I mean, well done. But the mistake here is that we still haven't really established a run game. Sure, we can screen it out, we can get him involved there, but we still have yet to see anything proper under the running back situation we got here in Tampa.
Yep. I would definitely have to agree. I already hit right. That was my only knocks I had about this game. I want to still see more running game. The running game's really lacking, and honestly, it's going to hurt us for the future if we don't do something about it now. Especially leading into if we would try to make a playoff push. We're not going to stand a chance in the playoffs if we don't have any kind of run game. Right. So, and then if we're not getting Mike Evans and Chris Godwin the ball a lot more than what we are, and we just keep passing these rookies, we're just going to stay an okay team. And I, honest to God, believe that. So, great win. At the end of the day, great win. We definitely needed it. We're 4-5 now. Second place, right underneath New Orleans, which technically, if we win one more game, we'd be actually in first place. So, they just haven't had their bye yet.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee dropped to 3-6. So
yeah, my question here for the Titans is, why did they not trade Derrick Henry, man? Their aspirations and their future, Ryan Tannehill and Malik Willis, some of these guys or Will Levis, some of these guys that are building and getting the groove of Tennessee. How long are they planning to keep Derrick Henry there? The dude's already 29. I just don't see how they.
They pretty much just kept White. They could have traded him away, and they didn't. Even though I believe, like you're saying, I believe that is their only chance of starting fresh and honestly just start building a whole new squad, because that team needs to be built again from the ground up.
Yeah, I mean, do we count on Ryan Tannehill actually starting again
no,
for the Titans? Do we count on that, or have we seen the final game of Tannehill as a starting quarterback in the NFL, Sammy?
I don't see neither of them ended up getting a starting quarterback. I mean, Levis started out actually hot, which is the reason why he ended up getting the starting quarterback position over Tannehill. But honestly, after these last couple of games, he hasn't really shown much. So, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I say, like I said, I would start tanking at this point. to 0-5. Like right now, they're in last place, 3-6 at the AFC South. Jacksonville in first place was 6-3. And remember, Houston's also in there, and also the Colts. Like, just honestly, you're not going to make it. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like their chances of actually making playoffs is like so slim, it's insane. So I would just say at this point,
right there to back up my thing about Derrick Henry. I just don't understand why not trade him away when you know that you don't have a winning team. Get your assets now that you can use towards a draft, or
they could have got really solid draft picks, very solid draft picks for Derrick Henry, or even like another play. Yeah, traded a player and draft picks. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. So you could have got a lot out of it, but instead you were stingy and held on to Derrick Henry. And now look, you know what I mean?
They didn't count.
I guess they're gonna build around him. Is that what their plan is?
Tannehill. They didn't count on Tannehill going down like he did. So
it doesn't matter if Tannehill went down or not. He's not a good quarterback. He's not a good quarterback.
But this happened after the deadline was over. If Tannehill gets injured before the deadline, possibly we see Derrick Henry get traded. But yeah, I mean, last year of his contract anyways. Let's see where he goes.
Yeah, we'll just have to see. I don't know. I really hope. I mean, if they want to build around Derrick Henry, it just doesn't make any sense. He's like at that age where like he's not going to be in NFL much longer. Yeah. So it's like, honestly, you need to start fresh. But that's all I have on that. You ready to go on to the next segment, Justin?
Yeah, I'm about ready.
All right. Well, go ahead and I'll let you start this one off.
All right, we got the Texans and the Bengals in our next game that we're going to talk about. Two winning teams so far. Bengals were on a huge run. Won, I believe it was, Sammy, 5 in a row?
I believe it was 4. Okay. I want to say it was 4. I don't believe it was 5. I'll double check why you can.
Gotcha.
You can continue. Yeah, it was 4.
Gotcha. So the Bengals won 4 in a row. They were on a hot streak, and then, they're playing well.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't understand from this game was how the Bengals didn't really do much at all the first half of the game. Just completely fell asleep and then decided to get it together at the end of the game.
Well, in the very beginning,
catch there at the end that Tyler Boyd missed. They ended up getting a field goal, and then the Texans do it again. Push down the field for a field goal, and they win.
If I remember correctly, though, actually Bengals started a little, I think, hot because off their first, or it was either their first or second drive, they actually got that touchdown. And then after that, it just went cold, like super cold, right? They went into the second half, like the second quarter, still didn't put up anything after only putting up 7 in the first. So we move on to the third, and then it just got to like 10 points, and then another 10 points, 2, which they could have been converted. They could have converted into a touchdown, but I think they got the unfortunate draw of the what happened. So how it ended up breaking, how it all played out.
Well, the reason why I think that the Bengals were slumped in the first half, Sammy, is you got to remember the way they've been playing in the first 4 games that they won. Dude, they were automatic on offense, and now they slump against the Texans. I didn't understand that. 7 points and then held until the third quarter. I thought the Bengals would roll and score at least 30.
Yeah, I mean, can we just get a round of applause for CJ Stroud, man? I mean, this is back-to-back fucking weeks that he's done this, man. What the man? I understand that he definitely didn't do it all. I mean, holy shit, Devin Singletary taking 30 fucking carries, 30 carries. He also got 150 yards. He was averaging 5 yards per carry. Yeah. Bro, Devin fucking Singletary, the same Devin that came over from Buffalo. What? Yeah. So that actually has me a little concerned. I'm like, hold up. If he's doing this on Houston, then what was going on with the Bills O-line? Is it really that fucking bad? Yeah. Holy shit. So I don't know. But they're making it work, man. With Dalton Schultz, actually just
Tank Dell.
dude, holy shit. It makes Dallas kind of look bad, which I actually like in a way. For
Now,
trying him.
can I ask you, Sammy? Is Nico Collins more valuable on this Texans offense, or is Tank Dell more valuable? Are they both around the
Valuable as in
same?
like,
Valuable as in
so
who's the guy that's gonna win the game? Who's their number one option? Because I'm still like deciding that between Nico and Tank, and I feel like a lot of people are in the at least first like 8-9 games of the NFL. I feel like most people kind of decided already, but for me
I
right now,
feel
I haven't decided.
yeah, I feel like most people are going with Nico Collins for wide receiver 1, just because for a simple fact that he does end up getting most of the targets towards him. But he was out this game. So with him out, Tank Dell received 14 targets and only ended up pulling in 6 of them for 56 yards and a touchdown. So I mean, that's a lot of fucking targets. 14 targets, holy shit. But Tank Dell is also very quick. So I have a feeling, obviously,
He's like
that
that
he's just
deep ball threat.
getting, he's like turning in, like he could easily turn into like a Tyreek Hill. Obviously though,
Not
he would
that
just have to
fast,
put on.
but yeah,
He's fast. I mean,
not that fast.
he's burned a lot of people. But yeah, not that fast, but he's fast at the end of the day. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say about that. I mean, I think it's Nico Collins as wide receiver 1 and Tank Dell's number 2. Until maybe Dell starts showing me a little bit more with like catches, but like when it comes to clutch moments, I feel like he also has it in him. I mean, he caught that touchdown pass to pretty much, end the whole freaking career of the Bucs. You know what I mean? Like the whole freaking season. Jesus, yeah. That's what it felt like when he caught that. So, I mean, he can obviously take high pressure situations like that and in the opponent's, place. So, actually, no, it's actually a Houston. I'll take that back. But still, at the end of the day, he's still getting it done under high pressure, situations. And yeah, he's very clutch of a player too. But that's all I have on that.
Sammy,
I mean, do you have anything else on that?
Yeah, I mean,
okay. Did you want to talk about more about Cincy?
Yeah,
and how they're now 5-4, the last in the AFC North. Yeah,
I mean, they still have a super high chance of making it out of there.
But it all starts with honestly tonight as they verse Baltimore. And it starts tonight.
I agree.
This game, they can't lose.
I think that Joe Burrow needs to calm down and not force some of his throws sometimes. 2 interceptions. Got to keep the turnovers down. And the Cincinnati Bengals are a good team, just like any other team. Keep the turnovers down. You find a way to win games. And 2 interceptions. And I believe one of them was for points. It's a tough way to lose by 3, especially when you put 27 on the board. It's a tough way, and when you look at it, it's usually due to turnovers.
Tough.
Yep, so we'll see what happens tonight, Sammy, but if the Bengals lose tonight, their percentage of getting in the playoffs is significantly
way down. Yeah. Today is very, 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 very important for Cincinnati to win. Baltimore, they also really want to win too. They really can't afford a loss neither because Pittsburgh and Cleveland is right on their tails. Once again, this game tonight, guys, please go watch. Like, I feel like this is gonna be. Yeah. I feel like this might end up being a shootout. We'll see.
Should be a good one.
This definitely should be a good one. But that's all I have on that game. And then as we roll into this next game, Justin, with the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens, I mean, we just got done talking about the Ravens. As we just said, they really need this win, right? Because and the whole reason why they need this win is because they lost against the Browns, which now the Browns are 6-3. They are only 1 game back, and technically, Baltimore hasn't even had their bye yet. So Cleveland is in my mind is almost like tied with them. They just need to win one and they'd be tied.
Yep.
So It's very scary because Baltimore loses this against Cincinnati. Cleveland gets that number 1 spot.
And the crazy thing is, Deshaun Watson just had a season-ending injury on his shoulder.
Will not return. Gone. Correct. Yep. Will not return till 2024. Wah, wah, wah.
What are the Browns going to do? This was their chance to take the division. Look at this team. Look at the way Myles Garrett is playing, man. Look at that monstrosity on defense. Like, clear, like, one of the best defenses in the NFL. And when I look at the Browns, I like to watch their defense play the game. It's just, that's the best thing about watching the Browns is the defense, because the offense, it's like watching Deshaun Watson run for his life half the time.
Yeah.
I mean, they got some offensive line problems over there, but, able to get it done against the Ravens, which the Ravens coughed that one up, scoring 17 points in the first quarter, and then after that, just 0 in the second, and then 7 and 7.
7 third, and 7 and 4.
Yep. Meanwhile, the Browns got a takeaway and scored 16 points in the fourth quarter. And
right underneath, Justin, the Jets, when it comes to disappointment and like hate and agony, comes the Browns. With this injury, this makes not only 1 season-ending injury, now this makes 2 for the Browns, with Nick Chubb going out week 1, and then literally Deshaun Watson now going out the rest of the season too. So that's 2 big hits. Imagine losing your star running back and your star quarterback. Oh, dude, that would kill me.
That's tremendous, man. It's tough to come back from that. I don't see this Browns team being still competitive like they are now without Deshaun Watson. Granted, they did win 2 games without Deshaun Watson, and then they lost 1. In all of those games, Amari Cooper has showed me nothing. Here's
the thing. Amari Cooper is actually good with Deshaun Watson underneath him. Yes. He actually gets targets.
So he gets targets, their offense.
And so does Njoku. And you see how good they are? Yes. You see how good they are? They are so fucking good. So this begs the fucking more of the question. Was PJ Walker doing any good for them outside his run game? No, he sucked.
Yeah, he's got to be able to throw the ball, man. Got to relieve pressure to, use the run. They got 2 guys, Kareem Hunt and Ford over there, that have been running the ball really pretty nicely this season so far. After Nick Chubb got out and went down for the season, those 2 have got a nice little 1-2 punch, and honestly, teams can't really stop it right now. There's something about the Browns that just, their running game has always been good, but injuries and other drama come into play, and then, they never make the playoffs and make a deep push. So, I mean, are they cursed, Sammy, or do you think they should just get somebody who's going to be reliable, or do some off-season, offensive line?
I mean, honestly, Justin, at this point, we're talking about Cleveland Browns, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. At this point, it really just they are in a really tough spot, because they actually do have a chance to now, especially after this win, to make it to the playoffs. I just don't know what they do in this kind of situation.
Yeah.
I just don't know what to do, because they can't pick them another quarterback now. They kind of lost that, which they could have picked up freaking Dobbs.
No, they
kind of fluffed that.
They can pick up free agents, but I mean, it's a tough blow right now, especially because Carson Wentz just got picked up. Anybody else other than that? Really...
Yeah, that's right. That was wow.
I mean, are you gonna go out? Are you gonna go out and get a Kaepernick?
I honestly would have probably got. I honestly would have probably got Kaepernick over fucking Wentz. I'm not gonna fucking lie.
Wentz, gone for 1 year from the NFL, right? Kaepernick gone for 10 years. So that's a big difference. And
has it been 10?
It's been
10 years.
almost, dude. It's been almost 10 years, or it is 10 years.
I can't believe they never accepted him back in the NFL.
Yeah,
That's
no,
crazy.
they paid him. They paid him and sent him on his way, and then pretty much banned him from the NFL. That's what's happened, and he took the money. So, that's.
Oh, so why was he trying to go back? He can't go back. He would have to pay back all that money if he'd go back.
No, I don't believe he has to pay it back, but I don't think it was to get him off the owners. Like the owners. Okay. Anyways, we're steering too far from the.
Yeah, let's not get too off topic. All right, that's all I have to say about that. Baltimore, big game tonight. Once again, don't miss the game if you guys are watching this stream right before the game starts. So it should be a good one. Mark my words. But I'm gonna roll right into this next one, Justin. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I got the Detroit Lions at the Los Angeles Chargers with the score ended up being 41-38. Lions coming out on top. I kind of predicted this. I'm not even gonna lie. I kind of predicted this. Did I predict it to be this high in score? I mean, no. I thought the Lions defense is actually a pretty strong defense, and for them to cough up 38 points was kind of like, holy shit, damn. Or 38 points was just incredible. And then for the Charger side, I mean, Jesus, it was just as bad on defense, being allowed 41 points. This was an all-out fucking brawl, Justin. It was just an all-out brawl.
Do you know what all-out brawl it was, Sammy? It was an all-out brawl for the 1-2 punch Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery show over in fucking Lion territory, man. They were...
Montgomery is finally back, and he is looking just as good as when he left.
Finally, I think Dan Campbell has realized that he has really nice talent in his second running back, Jahmyr Gibbs. Because
that's crazy.
Imagine how many attempts he's gotten now. He's gotten
Tampa could really use one of those fucking running backs.
And man, he got 77 yards, averaged about 5.5 yards a carry, and 2 touchdowns, and then he had a lot of touches there at the red zone, Sammy, scoring 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, David Montgomery got 12 attempts, less attempts than Jahmyr Gibbs, coming off of that injury off of IR, and then getting 116 yards on the ground. He averaged 9.6 yards a carry, with 75 yards being his long and 1 touchdown.
It's not even as bad as St. Brown. St. Brown had 8 receptions, 156 yards, and averaged 19.5 per fucking.
But he's a wide receiver though, Sammy. So it's kinda,
I get that.
It's a lot harder to average.
I get that.
Yards.
I get that. But like that's how strong this Lions team really is. Against the Chargers, I don't. Chargers are like one of those teams. They're looking like the Bucs, man. Like you just don't know what you're gonna get. Like
no.
At least with the Chargers, they can actually score very high.
Sammy, Herbert is definitely better than Baker Mayfield.
Oh, with Baker Mayfield, yes, but dude, look at their record. Tell me what's wrong with that. Like,
this is like the 4th or the 5th game that they've had this season where they have just come up short.
Imagine having the most points. Imagine, Justin, having the most points in the AFC West and literally being bottom 2. You know what I mean? Like literally in 3rd out of freaking 4. So it got Kansas, Vegas, then Chargers, then Denver. Which Denver is tied with fucking Chargers.
Yes.
Like
with the win against the Bills.
Jesus. Yes. Yeah, we'll talk about that upcoming. And Justin can't wait for that one.
Oh, yeah.
But let's stay on track with this. On both ends, Justin, offensively, great fucking job both ends. Like I have honestly no complaints outside of Herbert throwing that 1 pick he threw, but he threw 4 fucking touchdowns. 4 touchdowns. I mean, come on. I can't hate the guy for throwing 4 freaking touchdowns. Eckler, you would like to see a little bit more out of him. I feel like I feel like he's like one of those top running backs in the league and should be utilized more. But I mean, he had 19 attempts compared to Montgomery's 12, and
19
Montgomery
attempts and
had 100.
four receptions.
Right. But here's here's the kicker, and that's where he like strides too, right? Eckler is actually a very, very, very good pass rusher. But he's also a good running back. He also can run. He also can like hit the ground running.
Yeah.
So you love to have like a flex kind of guy like that, like a Christian McCaffrey. Like that's like what he reminds me of, like Christian McCaffrey that can do both. So, but yeah, it's a really tough loss for Chargers. And at this point, Justin, what are you doing? If you're a Chargers fan, if you're a Chargers GM, what are you doing here? Are you just being like, you know what? We're gonna still out here. We're gonna still fight, even though Kansas is like way ahead now. And Denver just caught up to us. Like we're gonna still fight, or do we just?
I think it's very sad for the Chargers, because they're in a scenario where they have the people that they need to win championships. Offensively, at least. Defensively, they gotta focus on that in the offseason coming up. But as of right now, like it's tough when you have those losses. When you have those losses by 3 to 5, 7 points, those tough one-score losses is detrimental to them, and they've had like 4 or 5 of them this season so far, and I just don't know how they come out of that. They've been banged up all season.
Right.
If they have some resolve and they start, like winning games from here on out, maybe my take changes from right now. But as of right now, they're not looking for much. About middle of the pack. Great offensively, terrible defensively. Just smack middle of the teams.
So you think they should tank then?
No.
Okay.
There's still plenty of games left.
Yeah.
For them to try to, at least.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really gonna get much in the draft. They're not
if,
bottom of the pack.
No, but they could be. That's why I said this, because now Denver, with them winning another one, Chargers can try to push for that bottom spot.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to wait and see what happens, really. I'm just thinking that the Chargers, still continue to try to win, at least. They have some great pieces like Keenan Allen over there that's been doing so much for them offensively. Eckler's been banged up, out a couple games on IR. That sucks. You get him back, but he's not quite as good as he once was. And then, Keenan Allen's picking up most of the slack. Then, Mike Williams goes out. It's just, tough. And then Justin Herbert, his thumb.
Yo.
Sorry about that, guys. That was our brother pitching in for some odd reason. He won't be talking anymore. It's our other brother. Hey, so Justin, I'm pretty much done talking about this game. You want to go ahead and start off the next one?
Yeah. We'll start off with the not so great Bills. And the Broncos.
There it is.
We'll talk about how the Bills fail again. They just fail again.
What happened, Justin?
It's looking worse for them.
It's
looking worse for them than ever before, and their like playoff, aspirations these past 3-4 years, with Josh Allen under the helm, is looking really grim.
This is really not good.
It's looking really grim.
Now they're 5-5 with now Miami only 6-3. If they win, they will be 2 games up on Buffalo, because Buffalo hasn't even had their bye yet. So, yeah, dude, this is really, really, really not looking good for Buffalo. They really couldn't afford this loss,
and I mean, as much as I would like to drag the Bills down, they did fire their offensive coordinator. I understand that one as much. I thought like they needed an entire coaching change, if you know what I mean, Sammy. But like like he went out and fired him. It was his decision, head coach Sean McDermott.
When was this? When did he get fired?
Right after the game. Like
wow.
Right after the game, like the following day. And
okay.
I don't blame him, but at the same time, like Josh Allen has been with the guy for like his entire career, and then
like
I don't know.
They're about to go up against the Jets, man. And then after that, they got the Chiefs.
And people are saying
they have the
people
Cowboys.
are saying right now that the Jets will beat the Bills. This is how sad. This is how sad. This is when reality's kicking in that Bills fans don't have too much longer being competitive before Josh Allen wants out.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I don't see him staying if he never wins one. I don't see him staying if he never wins one. And
if one person would leave, it's gonna be Diggs before Josh.
I think both of them leave, Sammy. I think both of them leave simultaneously. Like same year.
But their contract would have to end like literally the same year as well, which I don't think that's the case. So yeah, we'll talk about it, Justin. Let's talk about it. Where's Buffalo struggling right now, man? Is it the rush game? Is it their receiving game? Is it just a quarterback issue? Is it an O-line issue? Is this a defensive issue where defenses that literally are Buffalo defense are allowing Denver Broncos to score 24 fucking points?
I think it's just
what is it?
A bunch of bad decisions. Whenever I look at it, just a bunch of bad decisions and mistakes. That they just couldn't come back from, Sammy. I don't know what else to say. Their running game is not that great, and they haven't even gave Fournette a go to give him a try. I just and then Singletary's going off for the Texans. I just don't understand.
I mean, James Cook did his thing, man. He had 12 carries, 109 yards, and he averaged 9.1 yards a game.
Sure.
But no, not sure. He did, and he deserves all that praise. I just also don't like, and the reason why they might have stopped rushing him, he had 2 fumbles. He lost one, and then he recovered the other. But 2 fumbles, man. As a running back, you already know this. This is running back 101. What is your primary job as a running back? Do not drop the fucking football, right?
Just as a player on the football field, Sammy, in general.
I mean, but like, especially with running backs.
Yeah.
Because their whole job is to what, Justin? Run the football. Yeah. So they're gonna be getting a lot more hits towards them and a lot more try to punches.
There has been 2. All right, so after that Dolphins and Broncos game, Sammy, we're like everyone in the whole world is saying that the Broncos defense is trash, right? Worse than lead. They beat the Chiefs, held the Chiefs to not even a touchdown, and then they go out and beat the Bills, who have been a playoff team for years. Wow.
Do you think
they move up?
Wait. Do you think Broncos start coming back?
Or
you think this is just a fucking shot in the dark?
No, dude. Honestly, with Javonte Williams and with him
picking
back,
it up.
with him back, and then Russell Wilson's looking pretty good. With Courtland Sutton, what he's doing over there is incredible. That last catch that he showed us. Nuts.
Oh yeah.
that was a nuts catch,
that was
man.
Nuts.
There's no way, bro, he knew where his feet was.
You know Webby would be saying right now? You know what he'd be saying right now?
There was no way.
Like, he literally says every team against his team has the luckiest catches, and honestly, I might start believing it.
Yeah.
Because what wasn't it beginning of the year or was it last year? No, last year against the Vikings. Remember when Jefferson caught that crazy catch?
Oh yeah.
It was against Buffalo. which costed them the game. So it's like, yeah, Buffalo might be getting some bad juju. But
that's what I've been saying, and honestly, that's the only
are
explanation to
are
why
they
they
becoming
haven't won
are they
yet,
becoming
man.
the Cowboys from the AFC side? Is that what we're saying?
I
Is
think
that
so.
what you're saying, Justin? Are you saying
Yeah, I actually would agree to that, bro. They're just a good team that can never get it done.
that
That's it.
Unfortunately, this team is not
Sorry about
looking.
that.
Yeah, it's just really not looking good, and they're gonna have to do something to turn this whole season around, because a lot of fans, Buffalo Bill wise, are gonna start losing hope. Like if they haven't lost all their hope after this past game, because that game that's a hard one. That's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Like losing against the Broncos. That's a hard pill can swallow.
Well, on prime time
especially
too.
with the schedule that they
on
got
prime
upcoming.
time too, Sammy. On prime time too,
Yeah.
in front of the
Yeah.
whole world. You know, like
Dude.
only game going on, and they perform like that. A lot of Bills fans right now texting on Twitter and whatnot, just like blowing it up about this team. Just tank, get it over with. You know, like rebuild the whole team.
Yeah.
Like bunch of Lobo shots to the Bills organization right now from fans. And then the Broncos, the Broncos are actually getting some positive vibes back. You know, a lot of Broncos fans are happy, how they've been able to turn it down and show their poise and be able to almost get it to 500.
That's that
start
Sean Payton mentality.
And start beating some of these.
That's that Sean Payton mentality.
Yeah,
though.
beating these playoff teams like Kansas City Chiefs, and then you go out and beat the Bills. Like these are two top teams in the AFC that run the AFC, and they've been running it for like 4 or 5 years now. So, they go out there and beat both of those teams,
dude. This is 3 wins. This is 3 wins in a row. This is Green Bay, Chiefs, and now Bills. Holy shit. That was the hardest schedule right there. And now they got Vikings, Browns, Texans, Chargers, Lions, Patriots, Chargers, Raiders. Honestly, Justin, they could do it.
Yeah.
They could do it.
Yeah, they could. And honestly, that'd be super surprising. And a lot of people's mindset about Sean Payton and the Broncos and Russell Wilson and what that looks like might have just flipped. People are talking about, like now it's starting to work. Now like the Sean Payton effect is starting to click and they're getting it together. So we'll see how it proceeds after this week, Sammy, but as of right now, I'm going to leave them just in the middle of the pack.
I gotcha. All right. That's fair. But yeah, I have nothing else really to talk about that game, Justin. Great job from the Broncos. Bills, pick your shit up now because now you are running out of time. And you got some really big games coming up. So you need to start out with a big win against the Jets because then you're going against the Eagles and you're going to need to be ready for that one. And then after that, you got Kansas City Chiefs. So have fun. Go ahead and get this win so you at least have a little cushion, if any. Because I have a bad feeling now Miami might end up taking the division because of it. Unfortunately. I mean, am I wrong, Justin?
Nope.
So, yeah. So pick it up, Bills. I'm talking to you, Webby. But yeah, let's see some more. I want to see the old Bills back, last season Bills. I want to see you guys firing all cylinders again. I want to see that connection with Josh Allen being able to make those pass attempts and keeping them a little bit lower and also getting a lot more conversions. Don't try to be a hero. Be a team player and play for your team. Don't try to be the hero. Don't try to make hero throws because that's what's been killing you all season. So start from where you was when you were doing really good, and then work your way back up.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say about that. But yeah, I'm ready for this last segment. Are you, Justin?
Yes, sir, I am, boy.
All right, guys. I call this rapid fire. This is when I ask Justin. We go through all the games we haven't hit, and if we haven't talked about your team, we will about to now, and then he has 1 minute, exactly 60 seconds, to talk about what happened, what he thinks, and what's going on. And then I might have some comments at the end, and then we move on to the next one. So yeah, I'm ready whenever, Justin. Whenever you're ready to start, we can go ahead and start this off, man.
All right, let's get it rolling, man. Let's get it over with.
All right, well, we'll start first with the first game. Panthers at the Bears, with the Panthers coming up short 13-16. Yeah, what's your thoughts on this one, Justin?
The Panthers suck. You know, like they really do suck, man. Carolina, tough last year. A lot of people thought you guys were gonna make playoffs this year. Just got the rookie quarterback you wanted. Got Bryce Young first overall, and just hasn't done much. Got Adam Thielen from the Vikings. You know, it's clicked, but just overall, got Miles Sanders from the Eagles, and then just dude, like, had the team and just can't connect. And for the Bears, you know, Tyson Bagent, great run. You know, about time they got a damn win without, you know, Justin Fields. And he's looked pretty decent, you know, for a guy of his caliber.
Okay. Is that it, Justin?
That's all I got.
All right. So real quick, I want to touch base on this. How about literally Bagent beating out Bryce Young, who was number 1, number 2, or number 3 overall pick?
Number 1 overall.
Year. Dude, holy crap. That looks bad. I'm not going to lie. That looks really bad.
The kid that came out of Shepherd.
Yep. Shepherd University.
Shepherd University.
Pretty close to me. But yeah, all right. On to the next one. Colts at the Patriots, with the Colts coming out on top 10-6. Thoughts?
Man, I don't know what to say, man. This game is not exciting at all. Like, this game, like, I thought the Colts were gonna put up big boy numbers. 10 points. It was a boring game. Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss barely did anything this game. Michael Pittman did his usual. Downs played, but he didn't really get that many reps. It just looked like a defense game over there. And for the Patriots, man, I think this is it for Mac Jones for the Patriots. I think they move on from him after this year.
Okay. That's it. All right.
That is it.
Well, I was about to say you had 10 more seconds, but Jonathan Taylor ended up getting that run early game with that touchdown run. After that, everything slowed down Colts wise. Patriots, I mean, have looked like the Patriots. Let's be real here. They have not looked like the old Patriots. They are turning into this nasty, ugly team, unfortunately.
Yep.
So, and it starts with Mac Jones. What I've already been preaching, but nobody wants to listen to me. All right, off to the next one. We got the Saints at the Vikings, with the Vikings coming out on top 27-19. Wow, Justin, I'm not gonna lie. This started out 24-3 after the first half, and then wow, it got a little bit tight there.
Yeah, it got a little close.
What's your thoughts? Thoughts on this game?
My thoughts are this: how in the hell can Josh Dobbs do this 2 weeks in a row? You know, take over that game, win last week, then go against the Saints and put on that display, putting up 27 points against this good, people say good, Saints defense. I understand Lattimore gets injured there. He goes out. They don't have him. But this is a quarterback that's only been with the team for 2 weeks now. And he's beating teams like this that are even or even have better positive records. It's just nuts, Sammy. I'm out of words. This is like the CJ Stroud thing. It's just unbelievable what these two quarterbacks have been able to do.
Time is up. I would have to agree. I'll let you continue real quick though, if you were about to go
Yeah, no,
on about something.
quick little pointer about the Saints. Alvin Kamara is not your savior. Quit giving him the ball 50 times a game. Find a way to get it done without using Kamara every single play.
What'd you think about Winston, Justin? How do you think he performed?
I think he performed like how he played on the Bucs. Just
I mean, he did throw that late INT. I'm not gonna lie.
When he first started the game,
he threw some long ones.
When he first started the game, Sammy, and he threw that touchdown, he looked great. Don't get me wrong, he looked great. Then even the announcers said it. He looked great. Great starting quarterback in this league.
Mm-hmm.
Then it gets deep in the fourth quarter and he starts throwing picks. And this is what the announcer says. The announcer just goes like, and he's back to his usual self. Jameis Winston throwing interceptions. That's just what he does. He takes a lot of shots downfield. He's the shot guy.
That's just in his nature, man. He just can't help himself, can he?
No, he really can't. And honestly, it helps the value for Chris Olave in that offense. For anybody thinking about fantasy, this is really good for Chris Olave, but really bad for the Saints team.
Yep. Let's go into this. I don't want to take too much time. Let's go into this next one. So we got the Packers at the Steelers, with the Steelers coming out on top, 23-19. Wow. What's your thoughts?
Another game where it comes down to Jordan Love making a touchdown or losing the game. And what does he do?
Jordan Love.
What does he do, man? What does he do? Throws an underthrown ball.
Looking like Daniel Jones out there.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Sammy. It hits Christian Watson's hands, right? It bounces off his hands. The corner there takes the ball from him, like right off of his hands, and picks it, and then the game's over, right? Like, that's just unfortunate.
But they put themselves in that kind of spot.
They freed Aaron Jones. They freed him. I was a little bit happy about that, but other than that, when it comes to the Packers,
and the
Christian
Steelers
Watson is empty. That offense is struggling big time. They need a lot of help, and it starts with Matt LaFleur. And for the Steelers, real quick, how the hell is this team winning? How the hell is this team winning games? That's what I want to know.
10 seconds. That's it.
TJ Watt is a beast.
Yeah, I mean that's a no-brainer, but you should have really gave a shout out to Warren, man, from the Steelers. Jalen Warren.
Back. He looked great.
Wow,
looked great.
15 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. That's incredible from a secondary running back position, which I don't know, man. He might be fighting for that number one again over Najee Harris. He did look like he was the one that really deserved it, but it's one game. This past two games he's actually played well, so we'll see if he continues to streak. But that's all I have on that one. Jordan Love, it's gonna start turning into a meme if he doesn't start picking it up. But let's go into this next game. We got the 49ers at the Jaguars, with the 49ers just absolutely crushing the Jaguars 34-3. And to top that off, McCaffrey did not end up breaking the record, as he ended up just falling short at the end.
Yep. He had a screenplay there at the end. It was literally
on a fourth down.
It was a fourth down play. Jeez. Yeah, they were trying.
Well, they tried second down, third down, and fourth down. They were just trying to get him in. But
so
they just couldn't do it.
34 points. They're back to the first couple weeks where they were putting up 30-some points against every single team in the NFL.
Are looking like Super Bowl contenders once again.
They hold this? Can they perform like this for the remainder of the season and keep it on a roll heading into the playoffs. If they can, if they show me they beat the Eagles in week 13, then the 49ers are still my take for the Super Bowl favorites in the NFC. But they lose that game, I'm thinking differently. And then for the Jags, man, like
10 seconds.
The Jags still first place, nothing to worry about. Tough loss against the 49ers, but if you're going to have a loss, at least it's against a great team.
That's time. All right. I mean, a good take, Justin. Really good take. I mean, Jaguars, yeah, they need to pick it up. I completely agree. I mean, you just don't want to have only 3 points against 49ers. I understand 49ers are a beast of a team, and their defense looked absolutely incredible. Holy crap, did I see that defense literally shine. But, I mean, this is what is expected now when you have 2 all-star freaking
and you know who they had,
ends.
bro? Chase Young, bro.
Yeah, that's their 2 supers. That's
if
the one
you guys
starts talking about. That's one.
By the way, if you guys haven't, there's a podcast out there that I talk about what happened over the trade deadline on Halloween. It's a Halloween special in our podcast group. Go check it out over there. It's where I talk about the trade and how dumb it was for them to, get out of that guy. But, man, that defense just looks unstoppable. Unbreakable.
And then let's go into the last couple games, Justin.
Yeah.
We got the Falcons at the Cardinals, with the Cardinals coming out on top 25-23. Talk about a close fight.
Kyler Murray, man. Kyler Murray. We've been waiting for this guy to come back. And, what better way to come back than week 10 in the NFL? And when everything is, middle of the season, tensions are getting higher. What a way to come back and win a game, especially way because they're only 1 win on the season, Sammy. So for them to have Kyler Murray come back and then, steal a win against a winning team, it's a step in the right direction for their organization. And then for the Falcons, man, tough loss. But I'm happy you guys lost because I'm a Bucs fan and we need all the help we can get.
Oh, we do. That was actually a huge loss for us because now, like I said, we can take first place if we end up winning this next game.
And I believe Jonnu Smith had a touchdown, catch here and ran for 70 yards, man. The tight end from the Falcons, and they still lost.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's all I gotta say. I mean, I got nothing, man.
Dude, honestly, how fun was it to watch Kyler Murray back on the field?
Dude, I'm so happy. I'm happy to see
running
him.
around out there, man, using his full speed and all of his legs.
He was a first-time Pro Bowler his first year he entered the league.
Dude, honestly, if I was on the defense, running after that guy, I'd be so pissed off. He's so slippery, that guy.
He's so fast.
Yeah,
he's so fast and slippery.
Yeah.
And he's small, so he's hard to get a hold of. He's like a running back as a quarterback, so it's it's kind of rough. But I agree.
All right, on to the next.
All right, let's hit it. We got the Giants at the Cowboys. Cowboys blowing the Giants out the water.
Pass.
49-17.
Pass.
Justin.
I have a pass button, don't I?
Give me something, man. Come on. I know
what I can give you? I can give you more misery because that's what this game sounds like. Misery.
All right, I'll give you guys a little take from me. It's not gonna be 60 seconds, but I'll do a little take here. First of all, Cowboys fans, calm down. You guys just beat they were 2-7, which now they are 2-8 team. Calm down, okay? I understand 49 points. Holy crap. You're looking like another Miami out there. Wow, congratulations. It doesn't really hurt me, guys. I'm just going to let you know. Cowboys are looking like Miami, and that's what they're going to look like. Against great teams, they fall short. Against not so great teams, they come out way on top, and they look like the best team in the NFL. That's not the case. Let's get the story straight here. I guarantee you, Cowboys go up against the Eagles again, because they will. They're probably not going to win. just like when the Cowboys go up against, I'm assuming the Bills. Yeah, they go up against the Bills. I have a feeling they're not going to win. So you guys can have your high hopes now with Cowboys, and I just honestly, I'm sorry for you guys, Cowboys fans. Like, I just don't have faith in you guys. Not until you guys start beating some really high quality teams. Great win. You guys really could use it. Because Eagles are still winning, so you definitely could use it. But at the same time, I really hope you guys end up focusing on clutching up against better teams. So whenever that time comes, you guys need to be that clutch factor. And I don't think Dak Prescott is that guy for you guys. But that's it. That's all I got for that one. The Giants, just tank. I got nothing else there. Just tank. It's done. Your season's done. You guys, it's pretty much over. I'm surprised that Barkley didn't end up getting traded because now you guys just screwed yourself. So I hope you guys are happy with what you did. And yeah, that's all I have, Justin. That's it. That's all I have for that. You ready for this next one, though? We can go right into that next one.
Yeah, let's just go into the next one. I don't have anything about that, man.
I had a feeling you did. All right, let's go to the next one. We got Commanders at the Seahawks, with the Seahawks coming out on top 29-26. Talk about a really close game. Justin, what do you think needs to happen for the Commanders to start staying in contention, and how do you feel about the Seahawks right now?
I don't know how I feel about the Seahawks. One game I can be saying, do the Seahawks look, like the playoff team from last year? Then there's times where I'm watching the Seahawks play and I'm just like, what the hell am I watching? So there's two different scenarios with the Seahawks, whereas the Commanders, where they don't have any defense and they put up 26 points, whereas you guys only put up 29 points on a defense that's depleted.
Pretty much.
Absolutely depleted defense, and you guys put up 29 points, barely winning against a rookie quarterback and a depleted defense. They should not be happy about this. Be happy about the win, but they should not be like, phenomenal job that
10 seconds.
You get what I'm saying, though, right, Sammy? Like,
yeah.
They shouldn't be happy about their performance as much as the win.
That's time. All right. And then did you have any real quick take on that Commanders team? What do you think? What do you think they need to do here?
What's clear? I mean, play the draft.
Yeah.
It's pretty clear.
I think they found a good quarterback.
That's why they made those.
They found a good quarterback.
That's why they made those trades, so they can utilize the draft. But we'll see what this team looks like next year after they use those draft picks.
Yeah. Because they're not going to catch the Cowboys or the Eagles.
No.
I don't feel like they will. So, all right, off to the next one. Last and final game, we got the Jets at the Raiders, with the Raiders coming out on top 16-12. Okay. How you feeling about this game, Justin?
Oh boy. It's tough to watch Zach Wilson like in these fourth down plays or these third down scenarios. It's tough to watch him because he looks scared out there, man. Some of these throws that he makes, you could see that he's confident. Then there's other times where you see these throws where he just looks scared, like he's throwing it away. He's trying to rip it out, and he hasn't really done his progressions and seen the defenders, utilized his eyes to look around the field before he throws. Game-ending mistake there at the end. Aaron Rodgers was in the camera view and was looking very upset. To lose a game like this, especially when you can't show any offense on the board besides, the run game. And, they use Garrett Wilson a bit here, but just not able to pull one away. The Raiders don't have Jimmy G in, and this is 2 games in a row that they win. And then they fired their head coach, Josh McDaniels, and they have an interim head coach, and they win 2 in a row. So good for them. In both games, you see Devontae Adams get used more. Josh Jacobs still like performing better than he has in the beginning of the season. So this Raiders group is beginning to turn it around, whereas the Jets group is a bit of fatigue.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I once again have to agree with you. With the Jets being the way the Jets are, unfortunately. And they were talking about, like I said, we talked about it in like 2 podcasts ago, or maybe last podcast we had. We talked about Aaron Rodgers potentially being able to return for the playoffs if they would make it.
Yeah.
This really sucks if they can't make it, which it's looking more like a reality. Unfortunately, and there's nothing that they can do.
I mean, if they win that game, Sammy, like they're now 5-4. So I don't know. If they win the game, they're competing with the Bills for maybe a wild card spot.
Yeah.
It's still competitive between the Bills, Dolphins, and the Jets. You know, like if they win that game, but they lose it, so now we're thinking if the Bills end up winning another one, it looking over for the Jets.
It's looking,
even if Aaron Rodgers comes back, Aaron Rodgers will probably wait until next year. If he has the slightest bit of hint that they suck, he's not coming back this season. He's coming back next season. But if they show that they can make it to the playoffs, I believe he shows his face and he comes back.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we'll just have to see, right? I mean, it would be awesome to see Aaron Rodgers out there. Wouldn't that make a story?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
dude.
that,
Honestly,
it would feel like that.
Dude, I was so hyped to watch Aaron Rodgers this year, not on the Packers. I was so hyped to watch him on a different team. The same thing about Russell Wilson, how I was hyped to watch him on the Broncos. Same thing about Geno Smith, how I was hyped to watch him on the Seahawks. You know, like same kind of hype, but this one even greater. This one like is right below when Tom Brady got traded to the Bucs. That's my all-time greatest high right there. Right below it is Aaron Rodgers to the Jets. I thought that was crazy, and I thought they might pull a Brady and win the Super Bowl, but we saw how that played out, and now it's a bunch of what ifs.
Yeah. And I guess that's what we're gonna end up finding out, right? Is it just gonna be a bunch of what ifs for the rest of the season, or is it that are they gonna finally do something to make a push? Because they're gonna have to make a push with Buffalo Bills. Luckily for them, they ended up losing. So if they don't win this next one, they could possibly be 1 or 2 games now out. So yeah, they need to win, and unfortunately, they go up against the Bills. So that one's tough, unfortunately. But we'll see.
But wouldn't it be so funny if the Jets end up beating the Bills?
I just said like unfortunate like 5 times. But it really is unfortunate.
That would be so funny, Sammy. The Jets upset the Bills.
We're not even going to go into that.
Let's just picture the face that Webby would.
I can't picture anything like that. There's no way I could picture that.
You can't picture Webby's face in complete shambles after seeing that.
I mean,
who
wouldn't be, Justin? I mean, I know we were against Houston. I mean, you didn't even want to talk about it, so let's be real here, Justin. Let's be real here, bro. But yeah,
true.
That's all I have for everything, Justin. What about you? I'm excited for this game
That's it.
tonight.
Let's talk about the game tonight. What
we can make it real quick. I would say let's just do like a quick predictions kind of thing. Let's just do a quick predictions. Guys, if anybody's watching that has any questions, now's the time to ask. Once we are done this little segment, if we have no questions, we're just going to roll into the ending. So, but yeah, so my predictions for tonight. Oh, dude. I'm going Oh, dude. This one's a really tough one. I was honestly leaning on the Bengals here, but that last game, I don't know. I think if T. Higgins were is he in or
No,
is
he's
he out?
He's been rolled out.
Oh, okay. So if T. Higgins is actually out, then and they only have Jamar Chase in there
and Tyler Boyd.
You know what? I'll still give it to Bengals. I'll go Bengals here. I got 26-23 Bengals. I think it's going to be a 3-point game.
I've been rolling with the Bengals so much, Sammy. Like, dude, honestly, like I have to roll with them, right?
I feel like
I have a feeling that this is the game right here. That it could be game of the year, and also this could be a big upset either way. I believe this game in the fourth quarter is the deciding factor of who wins. And I think it's going to come down to the last two possessions of the game. Yeah. I have the game at 27-31 Bengals.
27-31 Bengals. All right. Yeah, that sounds fair. So you got 4-point differential. I got 3. So all right. We'll see. So you got Bengals going up pretty much 31-27, and I got the Bengals winning 26-23 against the Ravens.
Even though I have a feeling that the Bengals are going to lose this one pretty bad. It's just, and it's in the back of my head telling me right now.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll just see, right? We'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, I don't see any questions that we have in there. Remember, guys, if you guys hop in our podcast, hell, even if you guys comment below on videos, we can hit that the next podcast. So please ask questions. We're here to answer them to the best we could, best we can. You know.
Who do you think has a better running game, Sammy? Gus Edwards or Joe Mixon?
This season?
No. This game. Gus Edwards for the Ravens or Joe Mixon from the Bengals?
Gus Edwards, because of the defensive line from the Bengals aren't as good as the defensive line from Baltimore. Their defensive line is insane. They struggle with the pass rush game. They don't struggle against running games, so their running defense is very strong. So I have the Ravens potentially like holding like rushing stuff, but Bengals, I have a feeling, if they throw a good bit, they're going to probably take the Ravens. And that's why I predicted Bengals at the end.
I mean, this Ravens defense has looked better than they ever have in a very long time, since probably around 2000. Their defense is looking good, and Odell Beckham is looking good again. So we'll see we'll see how that plays out. I have Odell Beckham getting at least 5 targets and 5 catches, probably around 60 to 70 yards and a touchdown.
I got Odell maybe with 3-4 catches, if that. We'll see. I don't think he's still that much utilized, unfortunately. I just don't think he gets as open as much anymore. But that's what I believe.
Yeah, I just think after this last game, what he showed, I think his reps will continue to increase, especially because Zay Flowers has shown that he can catch the balls, but he can't really make the plays to get downfield. Odell, on the other hand, he can make people miss after the catch, and that's what, that's what is special in the wide receiver position. If you can make somebody miss after catching and get another 5-10 yards, you're looking at a 30-some yard gain, 40-some yard gain, really impacting the game. But I don't know. I don't know if Odell can get back to that guy being number 1 on their team.
Nah, I don't think
this is a step in the right direction coming from last week.
Yeah.
I think his usage continues to grow, and for T. Higgins being out, it's a low blow for the Bengals, but I think Jamar Chase is going to show everyone why he thinks he's the best in the world, and we'll see if Tyler Boyd can catch a ball. If he misses again like last week, you got another loss on the books, because that was a wide open catch dropped from Tyler Boyd there to end the game, or at least to tie the game to go in overtime. If CJ Stroud comes back, scores that touchdown, they don't lose, they tie, goes in overtime, still have a chance to win. He misses that wide open pass, drops it, they lose. Can't do that. So we'll see if he decides to step up, and we'll see if Joe Burrow decides to go elsewhere when it comes down to clutch situations, going more for Jamar Chase or maybe a screen pass to Joe Mixon. We'll see what happens, but they're gonna have to mix it up with T. Higgins being out, Sammy, because it's not looking like a big boost. I'm always into underdogs. I'm always into underdogs, but dude, this is looking like a Ravens team that hasn't took their foot off the gas all season. Just been blowing teams, exploiting defenses. This team is great offensively, even better defensively. It's gonna be a tough way to win for the Bengals here, but we're still both taking a shot for the Bengals for you guys out there. So I'm just hoping my take doesn't get blown up next week. Well, tonight, and we talk about it next week for you guys to laugh at me.
I guess we'll end up finding out. But Justin, I'll let you close this out, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching the Santos Show. This is your hosts, Justin and Sammy. We had a blast. Sorry we didn't post on Tuesday. I had to work, unfortunate. So we came in on Thursday right before the games kicks off at 8 o'clock to talk to you guys about this past week. Next week we'll be on time on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Feel free to tune in and watch us there on YouTube TV at The Santos Show. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, guys. See you guys.
Deuces.
Peace.
Thanks for watching, guys.